Hi friends, my name is Samantha and welcome to my YouTube channel, Sewing in Switzerland. So today I've got a couple of things that I would like to talk about. I want to give you some sewing news, I want to talk about some personal stuff, and then I want to talk about jacket recommendations for seasonal, weather transitions that can take you throughout, the cold mornings to the warm afternoons. So I thought we could look at a few of them that I particularly like and hopefully get some of your recommendations too. So I'm just going to get straight into it. The first thing is sewing news. So Forget-Me-Not Patterns and also Waves and Wild are closing down, which is a really big loss for the indie sewing community, and I'm very sad. There's been a lot of changes within pattern designer companies over the last several months, I would say. There's like a lot going on. So yeah, it's just really sad. But as a result, they do have some rather large closing down sales. So I would recommend checking them out if you're in the mood for a bargain. So yeah, it's sad, but it's good if you want to save a few quid. So the next thing I've got for you, that's actually all I've got for sewing news over the last couple of weeks. Do feel free to add anything in the comments if you would like to let me know anything that I might have missed. So the next thing is I wanted to get your advice on when the best time to post a video is. And I want to make sure that I'm working for you guys as much as possible. I'm pretty flexible as to when I can post, but I would like to avoid posting on the weekends if possible, as we get like the least amount of views. It's competing with all the big accounts on the weekend that release their videos. So I'm thinking maybe I might switch to just posting the video primarily in the week. So if you have like a preferred day of the week or time that would work out best for you, do please let me know in the comments, because that would be really helpful for me for deciding when to post them and schedule them for. Because like I said, I'm flexible, but I want to know what works best for you all. So thank you. I'm also 2 weeks late with the video. Do you ever just get I think I'm having a year of it, to be honest, but do you ever just get a flurry of stuff going on and you just get really caught up in everything and it's all a bit pants? That's where I'm at the moment. So I kept saying to you in previous videos, oh, I've got a cold. Oh, I don't feel very well. Well, it turned out I had stomach flu and I was really poorly, but only fortunately for about 4, maybe 5 days. And it was really frustrating actually, because I said to my husband a few days before, oh, I'm going to get the flu jab this year because I get really awful flu every year. And the last year that I had it, I ended up at the doctor's and they put me on a drip and I was I was just really poorly. So yeah, I was determined to not do that this year, and then went down with stomach flu at the first sign of autumn. So yay. So the next thing is the dogs have also been really poorly. On top of that, the little man, he caught a stomach bug, I want to say. Maybe it was stomach flu. Who knows? I don't know if dogs can get stomach flu. But it just kind of turned his insides inside out. He just couldn't, get his tummy, inflammation down really. So yeah, so we've been in and out the doctors with him, and he's on some a special food that just kind of really helps lower that inflammation now, and he's feeling much better. But for a few days it was just constant appointments, and then unfortunately Spud's cancer has returned and she has to have a tumour removed from her mouth in a couple of weeks. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not a serious form of cancer, so I'm not stressing about it. We've done this now twice before, so we're just going to go in, get it done, and everything's going to be fine. And then I told you, it was just back-to-back appointments, right? Started getting pain in my jaw, right? I have this party trick I don't know that it's much of a party trick because it brings my husband gag. I find it quite funny. I can like pop my jaw, right? So it just kind of like not dislocates, but it just kind of like pops out. It's really disgusting. And I've noticed that when like I talk for a long time, my jaw kind of like hurts and there's like a little bit of swelling going on here as well. So I went to the dentist and they said that like my jaw is misaligned and that maybe like a brace would help kind of bring everything back in. But there's always a but, right? All of my wisdom teeth have spontaneously come through. So I have to have them all removed. And I said, that's fine, but you have to take them all at the same time because I'm not having it done twice, right? You can get me in there once, but you just wouldn't get me back in a second time, right? So I said, yeah, but all at the same time. So if anybody has any recommendations for like teeth removal, I would be really grateful. I know it's not sewing related, but please, please help me out. But the worst thing is one of my wisdom teeth that came through instead of like upright, it's like sideways, so it's like parallel. So whenever I like mention it to anyone, everybody kind of goes, oh. So I'm not feeling good about the extraction based on everybody's reactions. So yeah, back-to-back appointments for like the last fortnight. Not feeling great about any of them. But other than that, we're fine. As a result, I said to you last time as well that I was going to head into our storage unit, which is like a 4-hour round trip, right? And there's all these really gorgeous farms that we can stop off and eat, like have their homemade apple juice and all this. So I always really enjoy the trip. But usually we kind of stack up and we bring all like the Christmas decorations and everything that we can't store in our apartment year round back in with us. That includes my winter wardrobe. But what with the dogs being poorly and I didn't really want to leave them or bring them on such a long trip, that I'm kind of just living in old jumpers and like the same trousers. So I really need to either commit to making like a very quick autumn wardrobe or just resign myself to the fact that I'm going to be wearing like a Murder, She Wrote and a Lord of the Rings jumper for like the foreseeable future. So this is where I need your help. If you have any really kind of quick and easy sewing patterns for like transitional kind of seasons, please do recommend the patterns to me. I just need like quick and easy, something to like literally just make up and then get on. I'll have the fabric. I'm actually currently making a really cool, I know it's kind of sewing related, but I'm crocheting a really cool jumper in this grey here. So it'll look really nice. And then I've got this like fuchsia pink flowers that kind of go across. So I'm about halfway through. I've got the back piece and a sleeve done. But yeah, I need to get it done ASAP. So I have something to actually wear out the house. So if you have any recommendations for sewing or quick crochet jumper patterns would also be great, then I am all ears, please. Thank you. So let's kick off with my list, and it's not an exhaustive list. I've just kind of picked a few easy ones for transitional sewing jackets. So these are like the ones that you can definitely put on in the cold weather, and they'll take you through to like a warmer afternoon and you won't kind of feel too uncomfortable. They also have other options in that you can make ones that are like in lighter fabrics or like in a knit fabric, and you're not losing you know, like a pattern that has like multi-functional uses basically. I'm beginning to waffle, so let's get into it. So the first one on my list is the company Bella Loves Patterns, and it's the Kaia jacket, or the Kaia jacket. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's sizes 6 to 22, and it's 14 francs. Now this is a great pattern because it's perfect for seasonal weather. Warm but easy to layer, not too difficult to make up. So my biggest tip for coats that I would really recommend to you is you don't have to have like the most expensive pattern. You don't have to have the most expensive coating fabric. Like, I'm sure it would be lovely to go and buy like, you know, the designer coating fabrics or lining fabrics or whatever. You don't need it. Which is, you know, funny coming from me. You do. But what I do recommend is get a clapper and a tailor's ham, because the iron is like your best friend during the coating process, and that will help massively. You'll need the tailor's ham, especially when you're working on like the sleeve heads or like the curve of like a collar piece, for instance. And then the clapper will just really give you such a fantastic crisp finish, which can really make or break a coat pattern. Right? There's nothing worse than going through all the effort of making this really great jacket. And, you know, the Kaia jacket, for example, the one that we're looking at now, you've got this kind of like bell-shaped collar, which is basically a collar that doesn't have like a lapel. It's just like a standalone collar there. Gosh, we're really breaking out all the terms today, right? Don't be scared of them. They're just, you know, new terminology if you're not familiar with it. So, yeah, so to get that really kind of crisp look, you'll want the clapper and the tailor's ham. And then also on this coat, you've got these kind of darts that kind of come down from the neckline there to get that really gorgeous crisp finish that will really elevate how that coat looks. You'll just want to push the clapper onto it and that'll give that really crisp finish. So they're honestly about 10 quid each. They're not expensive. You can even make your own. So it's not like, if you've got scraps, you can just whip up a tailor's ham. There's loads of free patterns online. It will make a huge difference to your coat sewing. So if you're kind of new to coat sewing or just kind of thinking about getting into it for the autumn winter season, my best tip is get a tailor's ham and a clapper, because it will really, really help you. I promise you. I promise you. So yeah, that's my recommendation. So yeah, it's a nice jacket. Does what it says on the tin. So the next one is Style Arc, and it is the Nell cape, and it goes in sizes 4 to 30, and it's 23 Australian dollars. Again, I don't know what's going on with my currency chart. I used to on my laptop just convert it all to like one currency, or I'd like run it through this app, but it's not doing it anymore. I don't know. We need my husband. Okay. So I'm in my cape era, as you all know, because every video for like the past 5 videos have featured a cape. I'm just really into them. This one, I featured it because if you are new to coat sewing or you just want a really quick coat sew to, you know, get you through the season, or like me, you have no clothes whatsoever and need something quick to make, this could be the one. Now, this cape I love from the back. We've got this beautiful pleat in the middle there, and it gives this gorgeous, gorgeous shape. And then from the side as well, beautiful, stunning. You know, no nose, really gorgeous, really gorgeous. From the front, it looks like a hospital gown. I'm sorry, but it does. It looks like a hospital gown. It's not nice. I don't like it. I don't know if it's the fabric. I think it's the shape, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not keen on the front silhouette, but I think it can be improved. So, yeah, right, okay. So the pattern itself says that it's challenging, okay, but I don't think that it is. Or that it features that you might kind of read if you're new to sewing and think, oh yeah, maybe not, is that it has a hook and eye. I promise that only takes a couple of stitches. It's not a difficult thing at all to do. And the only other thing really is the pleat. And again, that is not a difficult thing to do. I promise you, if you've not done pleats before, you can do pleats, 100%. The only other thing is that it's unlined, which again makes it good for like beginner, but it is like bound. So you basically get like your bias tape and you bind like all of the edges. So if you've ever like made an apron or bunting, for example, these are all kind of bias tapes that you would use on that, or like bias binding. So it's not a difficult technique. It'll use a lot of pins. It can be quite fiddly, but it's not a difficult technique. And I absolutely think that you can 100% make it. So yeah, I personally, however, think that the way to improve how this would look on the front, and this is just my personal thoughts, is if you made it with a lining. So just like make the cape again and then just, you know, bag it or whatever and flip it. And I think that would give it enough structure that the front wouldn't sit so awkwardly, that it would hang much more flush and much more beautifully, like it does on the back of the pleat and on the side. So I think that you would get a better silhouette if you lined it. And I would also be tempted to put in the hem some horsehair braid, just to add like a bit of extra weight, just to really pull that shape forward around the hem. And I think that that would really improve what is giving it that hospital gown look personally. So yeah, so I would definitely add a horsehair braid into the hem, or if you're not familiar with that term, crinoline tape, I think it goes by as well. So it just adds a bit of structure and pulls everything kind of, you know, a little bit of weight given to it. So yeah, so I would give that one a go. I just really love capes, guys. That's where I'm at. So the next one is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's by the makers Atelier, and it's called the Tie Front Cardigan Coat. And it's sizes 4 to 22 and it's 16 francs. Now this one is minimum input, maximum output. It is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Imagine that in like a Barbie pink, but like a pale pink, not like the bright pink, the very kind of baby pink, right? Oh, gorgeous, love it. I honestly gasped when I saw it. I thought it was absolutely stunning. And then when I looked at how to make it and the line diagram and looked at the shape, so easy to make. So I really recommend this one. Again, if you're new to sewing, it would be a really good one to do. So yeah, my favourite version of this is with the inseam pockets. I don't like the patch pockets. I think it really detracts from the shape. I think maybe actually if it was in like a tartan or a plaid, if you're from, you know, the other side of the pond, that might work with the patch pockets. I think there's a time and a place for a patch pocket. I do love a patch pocket, don't get me wrong. But on this, where like the collar is really like the main focal point, I would stick to the inseam pocket personally. And with the weather getting colder, it's more snuggly to have the inseam pocket. Personally, I think so anyway. So yeah. Oh, the other thing that they say on there is you can make it in like a lighter or a heavier fabric. So you could just get the one pattern and then, you know, make a lighter version and then a heavier version as we move further into the cold weather. And I'm saying this, I mean, I know a lot of you actually are from Australia and actually are gearing up for summer. So this is probably really unhelpful. So I've only really just thought about that. So I'm very sorry. I'll do better next time. Could you please also let me know where you are in the world, if you want to comment, that would be really lovely. it's one of my favourite things, and I say this to my husband, right? Sometimes I get comments and they're like, hi from, you know, XYZ, and it's some like random place, and it is so much fun. I just really love knowing where you're all from. It's very exciting. So yeah, my last one, and because I wanted to feature in knit, just in case you were like really feeling knit fabrics, which, you know, late autumn, early winter is when I really start pulling out the knits historically, and then I go through like a real knit phase. So yeah, this one, the Am Patterns, is the Gaston cardigan and jacket, and that size is 34 to 52, and it's just over €8, so it's a very cheap one. So Am Patterns, I've actually made several of their patterns previously. Bit hit and miss. I've made items that have had really fantastic instructions and have been really wonderful, and I've made other ones that have been like just a little bit scanty, just, you know, like a not a lot going on in the instructions, that kind of, if you didn't know what you were doing, it might be a bit like, oh, what's this then? So yeah, I think this one is pretty easy, so I don't think you can go too wrong with this one, would be my guess. If you're, you know, a newish sewer. So that was for Kim. I always get messages from Kim whenever I say sewist for not saying sewer. So do let me know in the comments, are you a sewist or a sewer? I say both. I use them both interchangeably, but I know it annoys Kim, so I'm going to say sewist next. So you're back to the jacket. Come on, Samantha, focus. I've had a Red Bull in case you have picked up on that today. So yeah, there's one you can make in a knit fabric, but looking at the pattern, I do believe you could also make it in a woven. So bear that in mind. Again, another really multifunctional pattern. I would maybe just go up a size or two, maybe two actually, if you're using a heavier woven fabric. So maybe make like a muslin before you cut the good fabric for that one, if you are thinking of making it in a woven, because this particular fabric I think would look fantastic in like a faux fur. You know, I think I'm really feeling the pinks at the moment, like a pink faux fur would look really good. But it's also like a nice kind of heavyweightish cardigan as well. And the reason why I recommend this one, especially if you're new to knits, is that we've got this placket, but instead of buttons, it's got snaps. So if you want to cheat with your buttonholes, you can just get snaps. And that really does apply to anything. I do just want to make that very clear. If you have, if you have anything with a placket and, you know, you've got a lot of like winter sewing coming up and you're thinking, I don't really feel comfortable with buttonholes, or my machine isn't really handling the buttonholes quite well, just use snaps. Just go ahead and get a packet of snaps. No one can even tell. They're really easy to install. You don't really need any special hardware for it. Just kind of pop and go. And then, you know, you can still button up without having to do the actual buttonholes. So it's a really good workaround. I was having a lot of problems with my Singer machine last year, and she just does not like buttonholes at all, and she only does the manual buttonholes, and it just reached a point where she was just like, I'm over it, I'm not doing them anymore, which is one of the main reasons why I upgraded to a Bernina as a gift from my husband for my birthday. So yeah, that was I'm pointing down there because the Singer's kind of side-eyeing me like, Samantha, don't tell them this. So yeah, snaps will be your go-to. That would be my recommendation. So yes, do please let me know in the comments if you would like a certain day or time, either or both, for the video releases. Also, if you could recommend any really quick sewing for me, because I am stuck without most of my cold weather clothing, and it's getting quite cold. And are you a cellist or a seller? And I've missed you all very, very much. I'm aware I'm behind on emails and comments, and I'm very sorry. It's just been like a hellish couple of weeks. It's not actually been that bad. Like, you know, I'm moaning about having to have my teeth out, but it's not all bad. So yeah, I am very happy to be back with you all, and I really look forward to hearing from you all very, very much. It's the highlight of my day when I get messages from you all. And I wish you all a lovely evening. Oh, and if you did like this video, do please like and subscribe. I've still got about 700, I need to check, watch hours to go before I'm remonetized. And I'm very, very grateful. And thank you so much. And I will see you all soon. Bye!